Hello everyone, my name is Daniela Vargas and my partners are Luisa Carvajal, Laura Valentina Gallego, and Juliana Lerma. Our project is called Design of a Didactic Sequence to Facilitate the Implementation of Storytelling in Classroom to obtain a meaningful learning of a second language to fourth graders. This presentation will be developed as follows. The first type of study or project, the second research question and general objective, and third literature review. The type of study or project is a monograph, and our advisor is the Professor Angela Patricia Velázquez Hoyos. Our research question is how to implement storytelling in classroom to obtain a meaningful learning of a second language to fourth grade students. Our general objective is design of didactic sequence in order to facilitate the implementation of storytelling in classroom to obtain a meaningful learning of a second language to fourth grade students. In Colombia, teaching English in school has been a topic of discussion since the teachers in charge of teaching do not have English language proficiency. This situation is affecting the learning development of children in the foreign language. Therefore, we are carrying out a didactic sequence to facilitate the implementation of storytelling in classroom in the learning of a second language. Since these strategies allows students to learn a second language in a fun, meaningful, and playful way.
The first study that is related to our project was developed by Nora Inés Porras González, 2010, which is the teaching English through stories, a meaningful and fun way for children to learn the language. This research project was to use story reading and storytelling for teaching English to new learners in a fun and meaningful way. Regarding the context and setting, this project was carried out in a Columbia Public Elementary School in Bucaramanga, Colombia, with children in first, second, and third grades. The findings of this project point out that children got involved in the process. They learn and follow language in an interesting and enjoyable way, since teachers took into account the likes and interests in the stories. Also, the variety of activities in the lessons motivated students to participate in an active way. They wanted to sing, answer questions, play the games, and do all the activities. During this process, the stories were a useful tool that allowed students to progress in their language learning easier and faster, to communicate in a fruitful way, and to develop their receptive and productive skills. The connection between both studies is that the use of stories and songs on young language learners facilitate their learning and engage children's attention easily. Also, results show that stories and songs were the most effective way for children to learn new vocabulary.
Songs, story, and vocabulary acquisition in preschool learners of English as a foreign language. Problem. The impact of stories and songs on young language learners concerns their individual behaviors and observed motivation. Stories and songs are believed to facilitate learning because they capture children's attention easily. For that reason, this research tried to understand how a story and songs act in children. Context and settings. The context of a study and participants took place in a preschool classroom of 22 children aged between 2 and 3 years old in a state school in Spain. The authors aimed on foreign language vocabulary acquisition through songs, stories, and the combination of them, as well as individual observation behavior in monolingual Spanish children aged 3 years old with minimal English experience. Results. The results of this research indicate a significant difference in L2 vocabulary growth depending on the combination in which the words were presented. Results show that the story conditions were the most effective way for children to learn new vocabulary, with the combination of song and story getting considerable success. On the other hand, the results for the song condition were surprisingly low. Finally, in both studies, students demonstrated motivation for learning a second language by stories and songs.
Now, to conclude, these studies were selected since both implemented storytelling in learning settings for children, which is our target population for the didactic guide. Their findings show the positive outcome of storytelling, highlighting how it improves language learning, enriches kids' vocabulary in L2 based on the frequency new words are presented to kids and how frequently they are exposed to them, and moreover how learners' motivation gets enhanced, taking an interest in learning a second language. Finally, the methodology used on the studies can also be seen as a guide on what works and how to do it when it comes to selecting the activities, materials, and procedures to be included on our didactic guide, making it reliable and effective.